Hello coders, welcome to my video. In this video, we will see the difference between fopen and open. So, as a coder, we are often confused where to use which operation. Both of these APIs are being used for doing the similar type of operations. For example, this fopen will open a file stream and this open will open a file descriptor. Let's draw a difference between them. Okay, so as we know, this fopen, this is a library function in glibc. Okay, and this is not a system call, but this open is a system call. It directly talks to the OS or the kernel, but here this fopen will will use some library functions to communicate. Okay, so here we have this header file for fopen as studio.h, and here we have POSIX related system call headers, that is fcntl.h and unistat.h. So this fopen will return a file stream of the type file star, where file is a structure. It's an internal data structure to that file which is pointed by this fopen, while in open we get a file descriptor that is of integer type. So here we are getting a pointer and here we are getting an integer only. So third point, the difference between them is it is a buffered API, but this is unbuffered. So what do you mean by buffered or streamed API? It means they have some buffer to store the data for faster processing. So this fopen is quite faster than open. Okay. So in fopen, we have a list of APIs like fread for reading the data from that file, fwrite for writing the data on the file, fgets to get the line from that file, and fclose we are closing it. Similarly, the equivalent APIs for open system call is read, write, ioctl, close, and sync. Okay, so these all APIs are related to this system call, while this is a library function. So why we use fopen? Because this is cross platform. It means this fopen code can be ported easily from Windows to Linux to any other OS. While this open system call is very specific to Linux. Okay. Also, this fopen is thread safe. What do you mean by thread safe? It means multiple threads can access that file through that file star and there is no clashing. Okay, or for example, we are writing some data in this into this file using fopen, so it won't contradict or it won't create an error as it is a thread safe API. While in case of open, this is not thread safe. So we have to use threads to make it thread safe. So there is an extra work we have to do in open to do that same operation as we do in open. Okay. So we have flush as we have buffer. So sometimes the data may get corrupted. So for that, we need a flush to flush that buffer first before writing some critical data. While this directly writes to kernel. Okay. So here, first the fopen will store the data in the buffer and from buffer it will go to the OS. But here, this open, this will directly writes because this is a system call. It will directly interface with the kernel through the OS. Okay. So next point is where to use this fopen. So if we have large data in the form of a text or any other non-critical data, or that thing we can access through fopen. Okay, but here we need some binary data or some critical configs that can be used by this open, because it will directly write to the kernel. Okay, though it is something slow, but it is still better as we work on the kernel side, in the driver side, in using the system, some system APIs or calls, we use this open. Okay, so let's check the API for this. So here, if I write file star fp is equal to fopen, then we have the name of the file, that is text file dot txt, and then we have the second parameter as read write append. Okay, so for example, I'm reading the file, I already have a file here, and here we have fclose. Okay, so here we have fp. Second, if we are using open, so we have int fd is equal to open, then we have the name of the file. I will take the same file. Okay, and the second parameter here we have the different flags. Okay, for example, o underscore read only for read. We have o underscore write only for writing the file. We have o underscore rw only, that is for read and write, and o underscore create, and various other flags that we can use in this open. Also, we can create a new file with our customized permissions while using open. So we have good access to this file in case of permission as well in using open, but it's not there in fopen. So that is the main difference actually. But if you see, this fopen will internally call this open only. Okay, so it's not like this is a different system call and this flow is different, but this will internally call this open. So fopen is certainly a wrapper around open, and fopen have extra functionality like buffering of the data. Okay, for faster accessing of the text files containing some not that critical data. Okay, so that thing we can use. So to explain how fopen calls open, what we will do, I will use fread here, and I will read from this file first. Okay? So it will be fp, then we have size of, I will say the line -1, and last I will have fp. So I'm reading from this string, and here what I will do, I will take a array of 100 bytes. Okay, I'll read this thing. So here I can print it as well. So print f, and here we have line is equal to percentage s next, and then we have line. Okay, so I have this program to read line from that file. Okay, so what I will do, I will gcc hyphen o read from file. Okay, then we have file operations. Okay, So we are getting few. So I have to put the buffer. Here we have to write the size. So size of char I have to read from here. And if I again compile it, yes, I got it compiled. Now when I do this, I am reading the file lines. Okay. So I compile it. So what I will do, I'll use trace to trace the system calls used in this program. So it's read from file. So once I do this operation, so what trace is showing us, so it is calling open at. This is a one of the flavor of open. Okay. So it's internally calling this open API only. Okay. So this way, if you see here also, they are using the read, that is a part of open system call. So read is also a system call. So in the line of this operation, we are getting the system calls. So from this, I think you understand what is the main difference between fopen and open, and where to use and why to use. Okay. So if you have any queries, just post a comment. Thanks for watching my video. See you in the next video. Thanks.